When did he decide that it was time for him to become an AI outfit?
The chips they were building for the gamers were some of the most advanced silicon that was ever shipped, particularly at the consumer level. And what was happening was that scientists were buying these, gaming cards at like retail stores, and then kind of re-rigging scientific supercomputers to do stuff like quantum physics modeling and medical imaging and financial modeling and stuff like that. And Jensen saw this, so he started building this scientific computing platform called CUDA into the card. If you were a scientist and you were doing, you could kind of flip the card and turn it over and turn it into a scientific computing platform. Who is this for? So they were trying to enable scientists who basically had no money to do their research on these gaming cards. And they would list applications and potential applications, and they had like, oil prospecting and various quantum physics simulations and stuff. But one thing they didn't see was AI. They didn't understand, and they didn't think that AI needed a lot of computing power. But sometime in 2010 or 2011, a research group in Toronto started moving its AI research onto the GPUs, onto these cards. And remember, these guys have no money at that time. At this time, AI was very unpopular. There was basically zero, closer to zero than any other number, venture capital investment in AI. And to go into AI was considered to be throwing away your career. It was a career graveyard. So these academics in Toronto with no money, right, bought 2 gaming cards retail and jerry-rigged a supercomputer that they ran in one of the research students' bedrooms. And they trained a neural net on it. And so neural nets were not popular either. So these guys really were mad scientists, trained it in the kid's bedroom. And the next thing you know, they've got the best AI the world has ever seen. And that's Jeff Hinton's group. He later won the Nobel Prize. And the graduate students were Alex Krzyzewski. AlexNet was the name of the program. The other graduate student was Ilya Sutskever, who has a kind of ubiquitous figure in AI, went on to develop ChatGPT. And Nvidia didn't have a single person working on AI at that time in 2012. Right. Nobody. But then they got wind of it, and Jensen saw it, and he started to interrogate it. And so in 2013, at his big GTC conference, he lectures for 2 hours. He doesn't mention AI one time. In 2014, it's the only thing he talks about. So sometime between 2013 and 2014, Jensen sent out an email, a company-wide email, saying we are no longer a graphics card company. We're now an AI company. We make AI hardware. I want everyone on board with this. That's what we do now. And he took Brian Catanzaro, who was at the time basically the only AI employee out of 8,000 at Nvidia. And he said, Brian, I want you to imagine that I've taken every employee at Nvidia and marched them out into the parking lot, all 8,000 of them. You are now free to select any number of people that you need from the parking lot to come work for your team to build our AI platform. So he just really pivoted the entire company to do this.